it's Imane from Fashion with Faith, and I am back today with a Q&A video. It's been a while since I did my first one. I did that one I think over a year ago, so it's about time that I make a new one. So I went on Snapchat and asked you guys to send me your questions. And by the way, if you don't follow me on Snapchat, my Snapchat is Imane FWF. I will spell it right here for you. And yeah, let's just start, shall we? So I have my phone right here and you guys went crazy. Let's just start. Okay, so Manal Said asks 3 basic clothing items for a modest minimalist. So my 3 basic clothing items would be pretty much what I'm wearing today. I love this. It's kind of my comfort uniform. So it's a really good quality jersey scarf. That would be my first. Second clothing item would be a good staple white shirt, and then white pants, and preferably black.
Hi Imane, what are some staples that you have for a great minimalist wardrobe?
I pretty much answered that question, and hello to you too. Next question is from Amsuben. By the way, I'm sorry if I pronounce any of your names wrong. Please forgive me. She asks, how and when did you start your YouTube channel? I started quite early actually. I started back in 2013 or 14. And my first video was actually a turban tutorial. Cringe. And all of those, like a lot of my old videos are on private right now. But I started back then, 2013 or 14, and then I had like a break, or like I stopped doing it for like 2 years. I wouldn't say that I started posting more about 3 years ago, but I wouldn't say that I post regularly, because I still till this day don't do that because of life, uni. But that's when I started. Next question comes from Lamia B, and she asks, oh, she's Norwegian. Swedish people actually understand Norwegian, so I'm gonna try to read this. Älskar din look idag. That's how they talk. Förresten, vill du dela din workout plan? I'm guessing all of the Norwegian followers here are like screaming out of laughter right now. But she asks, what's your workout plan? I find it really hard to work out when I'm like in exam periods, but my workout plan is, well, I start with some running, and maybe I go on like this bicycle thingy. Like say I work out one day, then I only focus on one muscle group, like either I do legs or my back or arm or stomach. And I focus mainly on weights and building up, because I trying to get, you know, that muscle going on, because I'm a bit skinny, you know. Next question is not a question. Ines HJ says, I just want to let you know how beautiful you are from inside out, from Morocco with love. Shukran. Rizlan XX says, what's your favorite dish? Chicken and rice. I even have like this intern joke with my friends about chicken and rice. One time me and my friends, we were like meeting up, and I was half an hour late, and the reason why I was late was because of chicken and rice. I simply cannot leave the house if there's chicken and rice on the table and I gotta catch a train. I still gonna eat that chicken, you know? I can't just leave the house without it. Miriam Men asks, what is the one makeup product that you can't live without? Let me introduce you guys to my favorite concealer. YouTube, meet my concealer. This one is the Instant Maybelline Anti-Age Eraser Eye Eraser. Perfect and Cover Concealer. It comes like with a sponge, but I take it off because it just eats up too much of the product, so I just take it off. This is my holy grail product. And yeah, I know someone's gonna ask, but I use the concealer. I do not use foundation. I use concealer for my acne scars and a little bit under my eyes, and then I just powder, and that's it. I am Sumaya asked, how did you become a minimalist? I've always been into simplicity, and Scandinavian fashion in general is, like I said, I think I answered this in my previous Q&A, but Scandinavian fashion is in general very simple and monochrome and minimalistic, so I think that's how I started getting into it. I did have a period where I was crazy about vintage and prints and all of that, but I'm a person who I get tired pretty easily of things. That's why that kind of molded me into liking minimalism even more, because simplicity for me is something that's just timeless. So I think that's how I started becoming a minimalist. Oof, so many questions. Let's pick one here.
So where do you buy affordable, modest clothes? Greetings from Luxembourg.
Hi, Luxembourg. I buy mine. I think one store that's really affordable and still does like very modest clothes are Monkey. Their price range is really good. I would say Weekday is also really good. They have really good like modest wear, but it's a little bit pricier. It's not like super expensive, but affordable, Monkey. Next question is from Umche, I think, and she asks, do you only speak Moroccan or do you speak English as well? Well, if this isn't English, then I don't know. Which country is on your number one on your bucket list of traveling? My number one place to visit on my bucket list is Mecca, obviously, and then also one country I've always wanted to travel to is Japan, Tokyo. I think I would really like that country, but we'll see about that. Sundus Mo asks, Salam, wa alaikum salam. What are you studying at university? I get this question a lot and I've answered it a lot of times, and I study economy. Atkpl asks, are you African? Yes, I'm from Morocco and that is in North Africa. Jasmine asks, any tips on how you grow your brows? Don't touch them. Simple as that. Just don't touch them. It's not permissible to pluck your brows, so my tip would be to they just grow naturally, so just let them grow. But I do understand that some people have a hard time growing them out when they've been plucking them for so long, and I've heard that castor oil is a really good tip for that, but I haven't tried it. Yusra Boujalal asks, do you consider yourself Amazigh, Berber? Love your channel and Instagram and style, by the way. Oh, here she is, by the way. Your English accent is... missed the message. Well, I'm Berber actually, yes. For those who don't know, Berber people are actually the I think you could kind of say like the natives of Morocco. So yeah, I'm Moroccan Berber. But actually I do not speak really good Berber, Tashil Hate. I understand a lot. I'm from the south part of Morocco, so I'm Sousia. So there's two types of Berber, I think, in Morocco. There's the Berber up from north and the ones from down south, and the two and both of them just speak completely different languages, and I understand the southern Berber language, but I have a hard time speaking it. So I speak Moroccan Arabic. Nadine, I'm sorry guys once again if I pronounce your names wrong. She asked, would be great if you did a get ready with me. I couldn't find one on your channel, and maybe a typical day. Like I said in my previous video, I personally try to stay away from doing makeup videos. I'm not sure if, like, maybe I could do one where I just show you guys my day-to-day makeup, because it's very like minimal, and it may be beneficial for some of you guys, especially for those who are suffering from acne scars and acne. But I'm gonna think about that. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Salwa sent me a video.
You're very beautiful from the in and outside, and my question is, what is your favorite Islamic book?
My favorite Islamic book, I don't know if that's considered an Islamic book, but I really love the Reclaim Your Heart book by Yasmin Mujahid. That's very like cliche to say, but that's a really, really good book that I recommend you guys reading.
You probably answered this question before, but where do you get your style inspiration from? Because I love your style so much.
I don't really have like a style icon that I feel like completely 100% that's me. But I get inspired from pretty much everything. It could be from people I see on the streets, it can be from like Instagram people, bloggers. Like I see just bits and bobs and I just envision an outfit in my head and then it gets into a reality. And I also get like inspired by architecture.
If you could have any special power, what would it be?
Oh, love you too. Oh, that's a really good question. Mine would be either flying or teleportation. I think I would choose teleportation, because imagine like you're in a situation and you're like, oh, I just want to be gone, you know, and then poof, you're gone. That would be so awesome. Fashion Art Faith. Oh, that sounds kind of like my name though. Fashion Art Faith asks, Assalamu alaikum. I'm a Moroccan Muslim. I live in Netherlands. Hey, I can't read your... If you're gonna send a paragraph on just 2 seconds, I'm sorry, but I can't read that fast, so I missed your question, Fashion Art Faith. Next question is from CNNT, and oh, it's a Norwegian question again. Hey, a lot of Norwegians on my Snapchat. Vilket år är du född och hur många språk kan du? She's basically saying which year are you born and how many languages do you speak. I was born in 1994 and I speak English. English is not my first language, by the way, just putting that out there. Well, the language that I'm most fluent in is actually Swedish. So Swedish, and then I speak the Moroccan dialect of Arabic, which is called Darija, but it's basically Arabic, but it's a lot different. Swedish, Darija, Moroccan Arabic, and I understand Berber, can't speak it just a tiny bit, but that still counts. And what else? I do actually understand a bit of Arabic, like the modern day Arabic. Wait, how many did I say now? Swedish, Darija, modern Arabic, Berber, French, and English. 6 languages. If you guys know more than 6 languages, if you beat me, comment how many you speak down below, because I would be so impressed. Hi Imane, when did you... She sent me a picture, that's why I'm tilting my phone. Hi Imane, when did you start wearing your hijab and what made you want to start? What made me want to start? Well, I started wearing my hijab when I was in 2nd year of high school. Well, basically I started practicing my faith more. I was born a Muslim, but I wasn't really practicing until my late teenage years, I think. And yeah, as I was starting to practicing more, questioning a lot of things and just finding the answers in my faith in Islam, the next step for me, like naturally, was to just wear the hijab. I just had that feeling one day that I felt like something was missing, and I knew that inside that was the hijab, because something that would make me take my... I know that I'm just speaking out of like personal experience, but something that I felt like was gonna like make me take my practicing more seriously was if I started wearing the hijab and practice it more open. So I think that was when I started wearing the hijab and what made me start to wear the hijab. Naihash asks, Salam Imane, wa alaikum assalam. I wanted to ask you what you study. Also want to say a huge thank you for being such a good role model, but most importantly that you're not like the rest of the hijabi bloggers. You wear hijab with so much elegancy and modesty. You don't know how much I respect you for doing it the right way, especially covering your hairline. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you abundantly. No, never heard that word before. Much love from your sister in London. Barakallahu fiki so much for your question, and wow, I really don't know how to like respond to something like that. First and foremost, I do not consider myself as wearing the correct or like the hijab in a correct way. I'm trying my best in the best ability I can do and what feels comfortable for me right now. But I do see where she's coming from with like the modest part. I mean, a lot of people, they value modesty in a different way, or they define modesty in a different way, maybe I should say. And it's really up to people. Like, people have their own struggles, and it's really hard to talk about subjects like this. But one thing I do understand is that we see a pretty occurring trend in the hijabi fashion community, and that is the hairline showing like it never did before. And we really have to be honest about ourselves and ask ourselves what our priorities is when we put on the hijab every day. And the more we see it, the more normalized it gets, and that goes for pretty much everything. The more you see something everywhere, it starts getting, or it starts becoming the norm, you know? So the more we see this, the turbans and the, what's it called? The hairline, for example, the more people start thinking that that's a way of putting the hijab on. But I'm not saying that it's not. It's actually, I encourage people to, like, if they find it hard to wear a scarf, like especially in the West, like I had it myself, I found it really hard to wear their scarf in the beginning. So I started tying turbans in the beginning. But at that time, I was, for example, like in my videos, I was always writing in my description box that I did not call it a hijab, that it was a turban, but it was a way for me to like start getting used to like just dressing more modest and being more like conscious about what I wear. So I really do see where her point is coming from, but I really want to point out that I am not perfect and nobody is. Next question is from Asma, and she asks, I may be out of subject, excuse my English, but I have a problem. I can't keep Salah for more than 1 week and I stopped praying. I tried a lot of solutions, but they all failed. Any suggestions? By the way, I love everything you do and how natural you are. Thank you so much, Asma. My tips when it comes to Salah, for those who do not know what Salah is, that is prayer. And in Islam we have 5 obligatory prayers, and they are spread out throughout the day. And it is quite hard to keep up with the prayers, especially praying them in time that's obligatory upon us. Fajr, my tip for Fajr, the morning prayer, would be to have your phone on the other side of the room, and instead of having like an alarm signal, have the actual adhan, the actual call for prayer. That is something that has helped me a lot with waking up for Fajr. And there's actually one app that's called like Never Miss Fajr or something. That one, download that one and thank me later. I'm just kidding, you don't even have to thank me for that. And then like the prayers throughout the day, my biggest tip for you is to like schedule your day accordingly to the prayers. Like you have an app on your phone where it says what time the prayer is and what time it ends, and like schedule like in your head, okay, so during the Dhuhr prayer, where will I be? Where will I be at work? Will I be at uni? Where will I be? Would I be outside? Like try to schedule your day around the prayers. So like for example, like when I'm out in the city shopping and the prayer comes in, I go into like a changing room and I pray. So I try to bring like a portable praying mat, just a small one, I can just tuck it in my bag. And when I'm in uni, we have a praying room. I know that a lot of people don't have that, but you can ask maybe like a teacher to open up an empty classroom for you or something. And at work, just straight up go to your boss and ask. Like that was the first thing. Like on my job interview, I was like, I pray 5 times a day and I need to pray at work, and it takes 2 minutes. Like if someone can go out and smoke for 3 minutes, then why can't I pray? It's that simple. Like don't make it harder than it is. Alright, so that concludes this episode of Q&A with Imane. Hope you guys found my answers somewhat beneficial, or I hope I just answered them in a okay way. Keep in mind that I'm not really fluent in English. A lot of people tell me like, you're really good at English, but I really struggle to like find the words correctly that I want to say. Like the first language I think is in Swedish, but I have to like translate it and then say it, you know, so my train of thought kind of, the process just slows down. And if you speak several languages, you know the struggle. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, inshallah.